Yeah, and we're live.
Cool. All right. Good morning, everyone, or good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. My name's Andrew Underwood. I'm one of the co-founders of Commerce.js, and today I'm joined by Jariah, who's a designer and developer here at Commerce.js, and Blaze Pollard, who is our lead designer. And so, yeah, we're really excited to show you all and demo our new product view and add product view in the dashboard. As well as talk a little bit more around overhaul of the dashboard and sort of design considerations and approach when we've been doing this. So I'm going to introduce Blaze to talk more about the dashboard and how he's sort of given it a new coat of paint and made it look beautiful and more accessible and easier to use. And then we'll go through a little demo of what we've done in this new product release, and just show you how easy it is to add products, as well as a few of the new features that we've added into the product configurability. So yeah, all over to you, Blaze.
Cool. Yeah.
I want to start with introducing yourself a little bit to people that maybe haven't met you before, and then go from there.
Yeah. I'm Blaze. I'm the lead designer at Commerce.js. Been in industry designing stuff now for almost 14 years, and it's been a thrill working with Commerce.js, kind of revamping a lot of stuff and learning a lot about the e-commerce space as well. One of the big goals was kind of working on a design library or a design system for Commerce.js, and so we kind of went through everything and identified some components and wanted to create a consistency and good UX patterns throughout the whole application. So that was sort of the main focus kind of right off the bat. And then we sort of moved our layout to a card-based format. So that sort of allows for some flexibility in the future when adding external service cards, things like that. We've also updated our colors to kind of accommodate for contrast, and yeah, now we're currently adding kind of search and adding filters to our tables to make finding things a lot easier.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. So you can see my screen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So yeah, I think maybe I'll go through this functionality, but feel free to chime in, Blaze or Jariah, if I miss anything or there are things to sort of point out here. But yeah, our existing, what we had previously for adding products was quite limited, in that when we first built the dashboard, we were really servicing businesses that had a small number of products, so 10 to 50 products. But now with this redesign, we're catering to those merchants and businesses that may have thousands of products and more complex product configurability requirements. So starting, we sort of added a streamlined and much cleaner product list view, and so we've added search capabilities here. So easily search for products, and that's great if you've got hundreds or thousands of products, to be able to quickly search and then drill into a product. At a glance, you've then got the ability to edit, to share and embed, or to delete a product. And so the share and embed is a sort of feature that is used by non-developers that maybe don't have much of a web presence, or they have an existing website and they just want to embed the product directly into their site. So here we give a checkout link, which is a unique link for that product. I can spin that up, see what that looks like. As well as being able to embed that code into a site, which you then get a modal pop-up, and it's this kind of nice lightweight experience, kind of like a widget. So those are the options at the product list view. Just drill into a product now. So this is where a lot of the work was done in this release. And Blaze, you were talking about the sort of card layout and display, which helps us display lots of information and make it quite navigable for the user.
Yeah, so I mean, in this instance, when we start working on add product or any other situation in the dashboard, this sort of allows that the layouts sort of allows for us to kind of have some flexibility with the layout overall. We're able to add new components to this at ease without having to kind of change the entire design, and it still follows that sort of streamlined pattern that we have going right now. I mean, then the new design on the ad product kind of includes the navigation bar on the left side now. So you're kind of easy. Sorry, the one under edit product.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have kind of a secondary nav there to sort of jump around on this page, and everything's kind of front and center. So you're not trying to go anywhere deeper into the site when making edits like this. And that was kind of like the main goal, I feel like, for this situation. Um, the new image and file uploader is really cool too, I think. We currently only had, I believe, one image at a time. Now we can do multiple images, and we can drag them around. And I think it's really fluid and easy to use compared to our last version.
Yeah, and that the old ad product view was very much for simple products, but now we're sort of able to add as many assets, attach as many assets to a product as you want. I guess now I'll just sort of run through the different cards and areas and sort of call out those areas that are new. I think just starting at the top, we've got this like last saved and sort of a bit of like an audit trail going with when the product was last updated and saved with a timestamp, which is super nice. This active and inactive state is more when we have storefronts that generate the products out of the box, but I can make this product inactive, and then it won't show up in the storefront. So that's just kind of what that feature is. Let's turn that back on as active. We've added SKUs to a product. That was a really highly requested feature. So now for businesses that have lots of products, that's sort of the primary identifier for a product, not just the name. So businesses can now add a unique SKU to each product. We've added a WYSIWYG into the description for the product, so you can do H1, H2, H3s, just a bit more styling in here. So when you see on the hosted checkouts and product displays, you sort of get the ability to style the description a little more. Not so relevant if you're using the API, because you can display and render the description and price any way you want. Over here we've got categories. So we used to only be able to associate one product to one category. Now we can associate it to as many as we want. So that's quite a cool feature. We've also got related products. So this is quite powerful when you're at the bottom of a PDP page, product display page, for example. You might want to have some related products that show at the bottom of that page, or in the cart, or even at the checkout, post-checkout, you might want to display a related product. And so you can really easily configure that here. And then in the code, it will sort of tell you what are the related products to that product. As Blaze mentioned, the asset uploader was a big one. Having one asset to one product was quite limiting for a lot of folks. So now we've got multiple assets, and we support PNG, JPEG, and GIF. So lots of fun there. Nothing too new here with the extra fields. You're still able to create custom fields against a product. So this may be like your GitHub handle, and you can make those required, and you can have as many of those extra fields that will be that you can display either at the product level, or if you're using our hosted solutions, will be displayed at the checkout, and customers will then have to if they're required, or optional to add the data in that you want to collect from a customer. We can also require certain fields, billing address, or require the full name for certain products. Digital delivery. So at Commerce.js, we support both physical and digital products and fulfillment. So if you've got a digital product, just throw those in, and then you can set the download limits and the windows. So it could, after someone purchases your digital good, you want it to last for 3 they can download it 2 times and it will last for 2 days. Let's do that. That's what that would be. Moving here into shipping, pretty standard. Nothing's changed here apart from the sort of interface, but still that ability to configure shipping at a global level, but also at the product level. So different products have different requirements when shipping, and you can add add on from the base rate what the shipping might be, or if it's included with another product. Variants, this is again similar, and we're about to do a lot more work in the variant handling. Variant support at the moment is good enough, but there's a lot more we can do. So that's kind of just a quick overview of how to create a variant. And then this SEO section is new, which is great. So you're able to create a custom permalink, and that's if you're using the hosted solution. So up here, I've set it as skin oil, but also if you're using the API, that's a nice way to sort of associate the product to a page. We've also got a search engine title as well as the search engine meta description, so you have control there at the product level to configure that stuff. And then finally, the sort of miscellaneous tab. That's if you are using again the hosted checkouts. Where do you want your customer to go after checkout? Maybe you want to send them to a custom thank you page. Maybe you want to give them access to a page that isn't searchable on search engines. You sort of have that ability to customize that here in the miscellaneous tab. So yeah, it's really nice with this side nav. You get to quickly jump down to those sections, because when this is all built out, it can be quite long. Maybe you have lots of extra fields, or you have lots of variants. This can be quite a scroll, so it's nice to be able to jump between all of those. Anything that I missed, team, on that one?
Yeah, I think that was great. Yeah, I think we're currently in the process of adding the ability to kind of go left and right to new orders and previous orders is sort of our next one. Our new products and previous products.
Yeah, and the ability to save and create a new product. If you're creating a lot of products, you don't want to be going back each time to add a product. So creating sort of a shortcut there, so on the fly people can create a lot of products quite quickly. And speaking of that, I wanted to quickly talk about how to do all of this via the API. So the dashboard is great for marketers and admin and non-developers, but you can also do a lot of this configuration via the API, and this is just sort of the visual view into that. So I don't know, Dry, if you wanted to take over and tell a little more about how to add products via the API.
Yeah, definitely. You guys can hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to note one main thing, I think, with the whole overhaul was that a lot of UX considerations were really thought through with the design team. So a lot of it, like, I think one thing that we haven't pointed out is that the one main change was our dashboard view. Initially, it was sort of in a tab view, and coming in from like a first look general view, you're not able to really see what kind of features are included. So I think that was one big change that sort of make it quite fluid to navigate around all the different features. So definitely kudos to our UX and UI sort of revamp on that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would love to sort of walk through how our API would work with all these new features. Yeah, I think one of the main thing is that our API has always been quite powerful for developers who are experienced and who have worked with e-commerce and may know our API inside out. It's they sort of have that power in their hands to build out a really custom experience via the API. But now with this whole new overhaul, with new devs coming in, all those features and all that power is included in the UI as well. think it's
because that was something we sort of struggled with before, is that the API was more powerful than the dashboard, and now we've got
exactly.
that parity. So when people see a feature in our docs or on the dashboard, they know that they can do the same thing. So
Yeah,
it's kind of important for us to keep that parity up as we add more features to the API and do more work in the dashboard.
for sure. Yeah, I think I can sort of just demo just how we would go about maybe creating a product or creating an asset. So if you go to our docs, our API docs at commerce.js.com /docs/API, and go down to our products API. Maybe what I'll do first thing is to let you see how we may go about listing our products. So I've just got one demo account here. So you see all these lists of products that I have here. So to make any requests, well, post requests or put requests to your dashboard check account, you would want to go into the settings to acquire the secret key. We didn't do that yet. Yeah, so just coming back to create product or list products here. Yeah, what we can do is copy this request. So I'll use curl, which is a bash server-side language to use in our terminal. So yeah, I guess I'll demo how to just list our account, list our products to start with. So I'm getting, using a get request and making a request right to this URL at the products endpoint, and going back to our settings where secret key is, copy that over and paste that. And yeah, this is a bit jarring, but you can see that this lists out all the products that you can actually see in your UI. So yeah, what you see here in the terminal is all these products here. I will just show this request here, but I won't go about creating a new product just because there are a lot of properties you can actually include. So under the product properties, all these options that you see here, that's all included in the dashboard. So as Andrew pointed out, related products, categories, those initially, category that you would only be able to include one category initially to one product. But related products used to be just on the API, but that can be done in the UI right now. So, so yeah, that would be for creating a product. And as Andrew demoed earlier, for multiple assets, you can see here for this product in particular, there are 2 assets that are included. So if you want to do it via the API, you would first go to create a new asset using this request. Again, using your secret key right here. And you have the option to either include your file asset as contents or URL. So this can be done through a image uploader platform or something like that. And then you would include your image URL and paste this whole post request to your terminal against your secret key. Then once you have that asset, you can go back to your products endpoint and add that asset back to the product. So here you would want to indicate which product you're adding that asset to with the product ID. and then the newly added asset ID here. And once you do that, you should get a successful response of true. Then when you go back to your product UI, you should be able to see that there is an added new asset. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's that.
And that's yeah, I mean, that's super powerful when you have importing lots of products with lots of assets. It's nice to be able to do it through the dashboard, but the ability to sort of programmatically do it through the API is a big time saver.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think that sort of covers a lot of what we wanted to talk about, and sort of introduce the new ad product view and talk a little bit about the dashboard design. So yeah, anything else we wanted to cover, or is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it as far as the design side. We got some really cool stuff coming up. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Blaze and Jiraiya, for jumping on and showing this off. And a big congrats and thank you to the team for this big push. We've had a lot of highly requested features as part of this release, so it's really nice to get this out in the open and get feedback on what we're building. Yeah, if you've got any questions about Commerce.js or how to use our products and our technology, please reach out. You can email us at hello@commercejs.com. We'd love to talk to you about your project. And yeah, Jiraiya's just dropped the Slack link in there as well. So feel free to jump into our Slack community where you can ask integration questions and just be closer to the core engineering team, as well as others in the community that are building and integrating with our API.
We love design feedback.
Yes, and we love design feedback. So
the whole team's really sort of on the ground, and I think a lot of our workflow has been that kind of taking feedback between design dev and also like our community that's using our product. So let us know.
Nice, absolutely. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.